And we've had a great little chat with our boy Cubs already. We've had an amazing mini moment, as we always do. We talked to Cheese Team for Lord Vader. And, of course, we had a bit of a teaser on a possible ability for Star Killer. It is fantastic. The link for that video is below. If you're brand new to this channel, please smash that subscribe button. It really, really helps us grow this awesome channel. Now, Cubs, we got some fantastic topics to talk about today.
Yes.
Just a quick one. I have the moustache growing right now. We're obviously raising funds and awareness for Movember, who deal with a fantastic charity that look after men's health and suicide prevention in men. Pretty simple, guys. By the end of the month, I'm growing this bad boy out, but if we hit the target that we want to hit, this thing's going to go Hulk Hogan blonde for the whole of December. Mrs. H is not happy about that at all. It's going to be a very Hulk Hogan Christmas. And I did promise the chat as well that I would get a Heinzie Mania shirt and rip that up live on a stream if we hit the target. So get there, spread the word. And if you can't donate, no problem. But please let anyone else know that can. We got some fantastic topics to talk about. And of course, we haven't actually talked about the Legends event yet and the release of Star Killer and also Dash, which is pretty cool, Cubs. I'm really excited about this event. And again, requirements wise, we're used to farming 150 million characters for a new release OP character. But mate, I'm loving the idea that we've only got to really go after 4. What are you thinking about that? I'm pretty excited about this. I really am.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even with, it's probably going to be a Whale's Paradise because I'm sure they're all going to be marquee characters and you're probably going to need them at 7 stars. I would bank on that right now. You're not going to be able to get it free to play right away, but you're not able to get Galactic Legend free to play either. And so if you're kind of looking at farming, 4 marquee characters plus 15 other characters to Relic, or just, these 4 new characters and kind of slow grind the shards once they go farmable, that feels like more that I can chew on. So yeah, I'm excited. And I don't know how they bring Star Killer to this game and not make him just very, very OP. I'm actually pretty surprised the more I think about it that he's not a Galactic Legend. My personal theory is they didn't make him a Galactic Legend just because he might not be as mainstream well known. But in canon, I think he's absolutely a Galactic Legend. Well, I guess he's not in canon, but if he was canon, with his story, he's GL worthy, right?
Yeah, absolutely he is. He's massive. He's huge. One of the most powerful force-wielding characters in Star Wars lore. So it makes sense for him to be super, super powerful.
The man pulled a Star Destroyer from space to the ground.
What else have you got to do? Honestly, what else do you have to do to be OP? I don't get it.
Yoda lifted an X-Wing and everybody lost their crap. That's nothing.
I love it. Rey held 2 sabers and held off some lightning. That was it for her. Anyway, moving right along. Let's get down to it, my friend, and let's talk about the other requirements. We know that we got some more characters coming. And I've been here. We've all been around the community, Cubs, as you know. We hear a lot of things from a lot of different people. We get a lot of ideas on who they think are coming in the rest of this event. We know that we have Dash Rendar arriving, and we'll talk about Dash in a minute because I think everyone wants to know who else might get the Dash treatment. But I want to know the other 3 characters still that we don't know yet, still not mentioned. And I have a feeling later this week, Cubs, that we're going to be getting some more information on at least one more character at some point this week. I have this feeling deep into my bones, considering that we have the event arriving in 4 weeks. We need to hustle and get these guys released so the event can go ahead. So I think that we're going to get some more info really, really soon.
Here's the ones I'm thinking of.
Okay, well, I've got a list here. I've got a list here on what the community's thrown out there.
Let me make my predictions first. We'll see if, because you've already got
they're on the list.
I want to see if I make the list here, okay? Number 1 is Kyle Katarn.
That is on the list, yes.
Number 2, Mara Jade.
That is on the list, yes.
Number 3, Proxy.
No, not on the list.
I think that one should be. Here's a 4th spicy pick.
I like it.
Darth Talon.
Oh, that is on the list. That is actually on the list. That is huge. I like it.
Could you imagine if we got a Twi'lek Sith Lord?
I've got a couple more. A couple more that were thrown out there as well, Cubs. Mitra Surik was thrown out as one.
Oh, yes. I love that idea.
That was thrown out for one. That was really cool. There was also a requirement, but I don't think they meet the Legends requirements, though. People want Merrin and Cal Kestis from Fallen Order, but I don't think they meet the Legends criteria, if I'm correct. but I may be wrong.
Yeah.
But I would love to see them in the game anyway. That's great. Probably the only one that I've got on my list that doesn't line up with what you've got is actually Darth Malgus was thrown out there as well as an option.
See,
so
if Malgus came out, like, that would just be amazing. I would love that. I'm here for it.
That was probably the only other one on that list that we did. But which one, if you could pick one of those Cubs, like, I mean, if say you could only have one out of all of those options, which one would you personally want?
Mara Jade!
Look, I think Mara Jade, really. I think if you're ever going to bring Mara Jade to this game, now is the time with this type of event. I think it just works. I really do.
I would lose it.
Yeah, I really think that
she's
this would work.
So like when I was a kid, right? Leia is my first crush ever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But then it was Mara Jade, right? I mean, I know there weren't movies for her, but she was in all of the books I read, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, yeah, Mara Jade.
We're getting in chat right now as well. Vitiate as well as another option. That could be cool. So yeah, there's a few there. I mean, the good thing about Legends, and I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely thrilled that we're going down this Legends path. I never thought we were going to go down this direction. I think the possibilities are endless, really, going forward on what they can bring to the game now. Yeah, I think that it really gives a great resource to work from. Obviously, you had Cubs on talking about the puzzle. Crumb, sorry. You had Crumb on talking about the puzzle the other day. We actually had Crumb pop in as well, joining us a little bit later for 10, 15 minutes for a quick chat. And he mentioned that the studio were absolutely thrilled about going down the Legends route. It's something that they've been wanting to work on for quite some time, which is fantastic.
This is something every time I've been over there, every time I've talked to CG, I have found out that they are massive Star Wars nerds, like that whole studio. I swear it's got to be one of the first things they ask people before they go there. They just like quiz them on Legends stuff. Because they're all huge, like, Old Republic Legends fans. So, it doesn't surprise me at all that I think that for them, it's more they just try to twist Lucasfilm's arm into letting them do it. And then once they get a green light, they go nuts.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be a kid in a candy store right now. They've got to be feeling really good about what they can bring to the table and just open up so many opportunities going forward. So keep them coming, guys. But let us know in the comments below if we missed anyone. If you like our ideas on who we think it will be, anyone you think we haven't mentioned that you would like to come to the game, pop in the comments below. We'd really, really want to hear from you. Let's move on to the next topic, Cubs. Let's get down to the Dash treatment. Now, Dash is coming to the game. Dash Rendar. I didn't see this one coming. I don't know if you did, Cubs, but I seriously had no idea that Dash Rendar was coming. And let's be honest, a lot of people playing this game didn't even know who Dash Rendar was until a few days ago. Let's be honest. So, Dash is coming to the game, and Dash is going to buff up, of course, the prepared mechanic, which we've had in the game for a long, long time, but it hasn't really found its home yet. It hasn't really resonated well as far as use consistently across the board so far. Now, I want to know what you think. Going forward, we know that these Legends are actually going to, and Crumb mentioned this as well, that the Legends that they introduce are not going to make up a team. They're going to buff up existing factions in the game that we already have. That's the plan of attack with these releases. So, of course, knowing that Dash is certainly going to pump up the prepared teams, I want to know, Cubs, what other teams would you like to be buffed as well that isn't at the moment?
Oh, man. Well, I guess if we're thinking Legends, like what characters could we bring in that could potentially buff factions, then I feel a little more limited. If we're just talking in general, I'd love to see Ewoks get a little bit of a jump along with Phoenix and Rogue One, too. Those are three factions that I think just would really be nice to have some more usability for. Smugglers are one, especially after the conquest that we've had. Smuggling, it just doesn't feel very effective in this game. And so I'd like to see a little bit of attention there. I don't know, what others are you thinking of? I feel like I'm missing a big one.
Okay, I actually want to see. Okay, we're going to go over this. I never thought I'd actually bring this up, Cubs. I never thought I'd actually get to the point that I was going to talk about these guys.
Are we going to talk about the birds and the bees right now?
No, we're going to talk about the Tuskens. We're going to talk about the Tuskens. That's what we're going to do right now.
Are there any Legends Tuskens we could bring in?
I've got no idea. I know we know we got a Tuscan Brute. We know that that's out there. And whilst it's not a legend, and I'm not talking about it has to be a legend at the moment because I don't think this will happen, but I'd like to see something like Cobb Vanth drop into the game at some point and just give those Tuscans a huge boost in offense and tankiness because they work so close together in the Mando TV show. I think that would be great. Sherrod Hatt's been throwing out there as well at the moment. Something along those lines, that would be a fantastic idea. I think that the Tuscans, it's time for the Tuscans to rise, I think. And I'm going to stick up for my boy, J-Lox, who has been, who has them all at Relic 8 already. 2 of them are at Relic 9. The third one's on the way. He's a madman. But I'm going to stick up for my boy at the moment because I think we've had 3 Tuscans for too long. I think it's time to somehow fill them out and make them viable. I love these people in the community that just
relic bad characters. Like Ram Bam, he takes his mace to Relic 9. It's just like, you know what? I mean, you do you, but I'm sitting here kind of like, I don't get it.
I've always
so much to spend on a character.
But see, I've always been the kind of guy, that I love bounty hunters. So I've always been
but they're usable.
The advice that I know, but I've also done my Jawas as well because they're really fun too.
They're
usable. Was a fun team. They are, but they're usable in a niche environment.
But at least there's a niche for them. Like, what niche are Tuscans being used in?
That's my point. Get them to the point that they do become niche against a particular team or faction.
It's only healthy for the game for everything to have its use, right? There's a lot of characters that have no use, and Tuscans are one of them, and Mace Windu's one of them.
No, leave Mace where he is. No, leave Mace where he is. Don't go there. I want to see Ram Bam suffer for years.
Mace's best use in this game, his best use in this game is to be the person that gets killed by Commander Ahsoka Tano.
Yes, meat shield. Yes, absolutely.
That is literally his best use in the game right now.
100%. Absolutely. But see, considering now that Tuscan, there's a Tuscan character that's needed as a Galactic Legend requirement, at least now make them viable because you have to farm this guy up anyway. You're not going to use him anywhere else. Now's the time. You're introducing these Omicrons now that buff these teams up. Make it something that someone can invest in and make it viable in a 5-person team. I think that would be really, really cool. So anyway, that's just my opinion. But guys, in the comments below, what faction do you want better? What faction do you want to get the dash treatment? And let us know what you think, because I'm really, really curious to know your opinions. Now, we're moving on to the viewer's choice question, Cubs, this week.
Let's go!
And I am also going to follow this one up as well straight afterwards. I did promise chat, because we're live filming this on Twitch right now. Yeah. I did promise them I would do a beer smash at the end of this video. So I do apologize. Wasn't going to do it on yours, Cubs. It's not the right thing to do. Here, it's more than fine. So I'm going to do a beer smash at the end of this video.
For you on a Monday?
It is like, it's 2:30 in the morning, but hey, sleep's overrated on a Monday. Let's move on. So we have the question. Have a question here, viewer's choice. For those that don't know what we do, if you go to my Discord server below, the link is there. There's a channel in there called Rogue Actions Questions. Put your questions in there. We drag the questions from there to ask Cubs every week. He has no idea what we're going to ask, and we're going to have a quick chat about it. So this is the question today, and the question comes from, I'm sorry if I muck up the name, it's Mahakala, I believe is the name. I'm sorry if I mucked the name up, my friend. But the question is this, and this one is actually quite a poignant question at the moment, considering everything that's been going on lately in the game, Cubs. So the question is this: what advice would you guys give to those who are struggling with their guild numbers at the moment on the back of recent changes and the conquests? What advice can you give to officers as well, looking for players when people do leave the game and have open spots? Now, it is certainly an issue at the moment. We are aware of this. And Cubs, have you got some advice to give to someone, to the guys out there? I have my own thoughts, obviously, but I want to ask you first if you've got any advice to anyone out there as far as guild members or officers that are struggling with numbers right now.
Yeah, don't be too prideful. Like, be open to merging and stuff like that. Like, it's just maybe what you have to do if you've got enough people leaving. Recruiting sucks. And another bit of advice I would give just on a personal level for people is, if you're in that position, you're feeling burnt out, don't feel like you have to stay in leadership. If you need to leave leadership, I know what this feels like, because I created a community. I was leading a community of several guilds for a long time, and I could not manage that anymore. And I had to leave the community completely because I couldn't sit in that community and not care and not get involved. And for my mental health, I needed to be off on an island and just not worry about guild leadership anymore. And that still makes me sad when I think about it now, but it was what was best for me. And so don't feel like you can't, you know, that you're trapped and that you have no options but to stay if you're feeling. So that's more of an individual level. Like, that's probably not what the answer they're looking for, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, leadership isn't good for me because that stress sucks. That's a really hard burden to carry, especially when a lot of people are leaving the game.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. It is certainly really intense. I can add a little bit of insight here, obviously. I still feel at the moment there's certainly a lot of people leaving, but I still believe that it was a huge, it's not as big an issue now as it was when relics were introduced. And we now know relics has been a good thing for the game. The game has still moved on from that. You know, the sky hasn't fallen in, and the game, I think, will continue for some time yet. That's how I feel. Now,
the game will be fine, but we're gonna see some fluctuation in numbers.
That's right. That's right. Now, of course, for those that don't know or remember, I was certainly, you know, quite a senior part of the ANZGC community, and I love those guys. You're all a bunch of superstars. Miss you enormously. But we built that community up from 10 to 21. I think 21 guilds, no, 25 guilds. I think it was more than that. And certainly management is a huge thing. And the best advice I can give to those that are struggling with numbers is this: hit the recruitment servers every day. They are there. There are people there. There are options there. Go and check them out. Highly, highly recommend it. They are all over Discord. They are not hard to find. Second thing to do is if you have an atmosphere where people want to play the game and you're having fun and you create a great vibe, people will not want to leave. It's as simple as that.
Right.
The only reason they're going to leave is if they've had enough with the game, not with the guild they're in, and you can never stop that. So, guys, create an environment and look internally and say, okay, what are we doing wrong? How can we do things better? How can we retain members, and can we make it more fun? Because at the end of the day, it's definitely a game. Don't forget that. So highly, highly recommend that as well. And of course, the other option is guild mergers are available. There are a couple of guilds, certainly all the time, where, you know, they're struggling for members as well. And sometimes it's really, really refreshing to actually reboot the whole guild structure and get more help in leadership. If you got two guilds full of officers, merge them into one, all of a sudden you got double the amount of people helping with the same workload. So that's always a really, really good option. But, you know, tread carefully and do all your research first and make sure that it's a good fit for you and the other guild, because both sides, there needs to be a positive for both sides. If it's a one-way street, it's not going to work. So that's the best I can advise from advice, straight up. Cubs, it's been an absolute pleasure. As always, my friend, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. I think we'll get some more details on more the Legends event in the next few days. I believe that's going to happen sooner rather than later. So stay tuned, guys, out there in the forums for that. For those that obviously got the red crate, congratulations, of course, in Conquest. Those that did not, don't stress. It's not the end of the world. You will obviously unlock these characters. Keep at it, and you'll get it done. There's plenty of resources out there that will help you with Conquest. There's plenty of great people, smart people in the community that'll help you get these feats done a lot easier along the way this time than last time. So don't stress. It's all good. We'll see you again next week. We've got a bit of a break now, haven't we, with GAC? We've got a bit of a break before the 5v5 kicks in. So I'm actually looking forward to a well-earned vacation with the family this weekend. I'm absolutely through it. I can't wait. So
break from GAC, break from Conquest. Yeah, we're gonna be able to chill. It's actually I need it. After getting my red crate, I was like, oh my gosh, I am so done right now.
It's absolutely fantastic. So here we go. We got it up and running. Here's the beer smash. Let's go. Let's finish this one off. Cubs, thank you so much for being amazing.
Okay,
let's get after it, guys.
All right.
Have a great week. Bye bye.
There it goes. Look at it go. He is. Oh man, he is just. Wow, it looks like you're drinking nothing because wow, that was really fast.
Just another day at the office. That's what we do here. Yeah, I'm good.
Your eyes look a little. No,
it's because it's 3 a.m. It's got nothing to do with the beer. All done. Guys, have a great week. Good luck. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you again next week. And I promise I won't do that again then.
Oh, no,
bye, guys.
I stopped the recording.
Oh, shit. Thank goodness.
Just kidding.
I thought we were still going.
Yeah, we are still going.
Damn it.